I'm Chip Means, new media manager for Healthcare IT News, and I'm here with Marcel Vachon from Us & Company Computers. And we've got something pretty cool with us today. It's the HP TouchSmart PC, and we're going to look at how this thing works and how it might be used in a hospital setting. The question is this essential hardware? Is this something that hospitals should have, and is it easier to run medical record software on something like this or on a traditional keyboard and mouse-based computer? And so Marcel's going to talk a little bit about that and give us a rundown of the features.
Thank you, Chip. I took some time and examined the HP TouchSmart DX9000 computer, and it's basically a cross between a desktop and a tablet PC. It has features of both, and unfortunately has a little bit of the drawbacks of both as well. A good example of this is if the machine crashes, be it power or bad data or whatever, the machine restarts. It comes up to the safe mode in Windows, and you literally have to wait that out because there's no keyboard. There's no touch screen interface until you're in Windows. The whole OS is not really set up to be all touch screen. There are some neat things to do. You can log in, things like that. But I wouldn't say it's a keyboardless computer. 75% there, maybe 80% there, but certainly not 100% there. A very nice screen, fast processor. For the geek specs, you've got a large hard drive. It's got built-in wireless, built-in smart card reader, USB, gigabit Ethernet, and so on. It's not an underpowered PC by any stretch. It's a well-powered, well-equipped machine. Things I would have liked to see differently. Being a hardware junkie that I am, I look at this as being in a hospital environment. If this was in a hospital environment, you're going to be taking it from one floor to another. You're going to be traveling it, because all computers need work once in a while, and they all need cleaning out or whatever. The way that this is designed, it's got an arm in the back here, as you can see, that allows you to adjust the height, adjust the tilt of it. But this arm does not collapse flat. So if I want to travel this from one floor to another on a cart, per se, I'd have to travel it this way, which I'm not so sure going on and off an elevator is a great idea. What I think would have been nice for them to design, and perhaps in dot A or Rev 0.1 or whatever you want to call it on this machine, is if they either made this as a quick release or they made it so you could fold it flat so that you can travel the machine this way, this way, instead of having to travel it flat on its screen. Flat on a screen is never a good idea. This would be good for, I think it would be fine for in a nursing station or a pharmacy to be able to look up a prescription or something like that. But just as teachers their arms get tired working on whiteboards, you're going to get, as a user, you're going to get tired working with the screen. If this is all you have to work all day, your arm's going to get tired doing this.
Right, yeah.
I find it much easier, keyboard and mouse for most of the stuff. The touchscreen is neat, but not necessary. Top one, this one's power. You've got a DVD RW here. Your volume controls are here. Your smart card reader is here. And that is a firewire connection or IEEE 1394 connection. Apple's got firewire trademark, sorry. There is your stand that's holding it up. Power is in the center, so you can run cable either side. And it's got an adjustable arm, like I said, but it only adjusts down to a certain point.
Are those the speakers on the back too?
The speakers are on the back. It's also got up here. Although this grill is this long, it's really only this functional. The rest of the stuff is just covered plastic. It's sleeker, but this is for heat dissipation. On the side here we have the USB ports, external microphone and earphones. But over here you can see where this information here is usually covered. These cables are covered by this container here. You can see inside there that you've got audio in and out. You've got USB 2.0, your LAN connection, and you have, well, actually 3 USB, excuse me.
RCA too?
And looks like an RCA connection.
Yeah.
And then on the front hand side, I mean, you've already seen it, but I'll go to the front. Pick this thing up, move it around a little bit. Looks like it's camera, I believe. And you've got a pause or sleep button right here with a little home icon on it. So you can touching it here and it's doing a few things. Careers. Okay, there's link. Managing sleep, but
yeah.
It's it's beeping like it sees me. It recognizes that there's input, but the input method is not strong enough or finite enough to pick up what I'm trying to do. You're always modifying what you're doing to what the computer, and it really should be the other way around, because it won't be an intuitive design and people will just get frustrated with it.
So this is really going to be best suited to running applications like TouchSmart, things that are designed for it.
Yes.
And not necessarily the sort of out of the box stuff that Windows has.
Yeah, I mean you won't run Outlook on this, you won't run Word on this. You could in both cases. It will physically run the program,
but without a keyboard and mouse,
it's it's not worth it.
So as Marcel said earlier, we're not clinicians, so we only have a hardware junkie perspective on these things. So if you are using something like the TouchSmart or using the TouchSmart in your organization, we'd love to hear about it, and feel free to comment on the video and let us know your experience.